National Court of Justice is set to hand out its landmark ruling in the genocide case that has been brought against Israel. In the interim ruling, judges will decide on South Africa's request for emergency measures against Israel. This ruling will not deal with the core accusation of the case, whether or not genocide has occurred, but will focus on the urgent intervention sought by South Africa. The urged measures include an immediate halt to Israel's military operation, which has killed more than 25,000 people so far, according to the Gaza health authorities. Hamas has said that if the court issues a ruling calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, they will abide by it and release all Israeli hostages in Gaza, but only if Israel releases all Palestinian prisoners.
First,
if the court in The Hague issues a ruling to ceasefire, the Hamas movement will abide by the ceasefire as long as the enemy abides by it. Second, the movement will release the Zionist prisoners detained by it if the occupying state releases all the Palestinian prisoners detained by it.
This comes as families of hostages continue to step up pressure on Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Supporters and relatives of hostages staged yet another protest in Tel Aviv, blocking a highway in calls for their release. The protest took place outside Israel's military headquarters, the Kiryat.
Message to the government is this should have been resolved 2 months ago. My brother should have been home 2 months ago. Everyone should have been home 2 months ago. It's time for a deal. They need to be home alive.
Protesters also gathered in front of Israel's Minister of Environmental Protection, Irit Silman's house. Calls were raised against the minister after the arrest of a protester the day before. Now, the woman was detained for allegedly slapping the minister in the city of Rehovot. Now, protesters said the arrest was unjustified. Meanwhile, the Israeli military has released more footage of combat troops operating in Gaza's Khan Yunis area. The IDF said its forces have expanded their fighting and are now operating in the Al Amal neighborhood. It added that the troops there encountered terrorists and eliminate them, raid terrorist infrastructure, and locate and destroy weapons.